For most of my life, I believed that compatibility meant chemistry. That spark, that pull, that unmistakable feeling of feeling lit up in someone's presence. If that chemistry was there, I assumed the rest would work itself out. And for a long time, that belief made sense to me because chemistry is loud, it's exciting, it announces itself. But at this stage of my life, after years of a relationship, shared history, and ordinary days piled one on top of the other, I understand something different. Compatibility isn't chemistry, it's capacity. That wasn't something I learned from a book or a checklist. I learned it by living long enough to notice what actually lasts. Time has taught me that chemistry is real, and I don't dismiss it. But chemistry is immediate. It shows up really fast. Capacity reveals itself slowly. Capacity shows up when life is inconvenient, when plans change, when energy dips way down, and when emotions aren't tidy or impressive either. I didn't fully understand that when I was younger. Back then, I paid attention to how people made me feel in the moment, how energized I was, how drawn in. What I couldn't see yet was how we handled the unremarkable parts of life, the quiet parts, the draining parts, the days that didn't sparkle. I understand that more now. Not because I became all of a sudden wiser overnight, but because life gave me enough evidence to stop ignoring it. So, what does capacity actually mean? When I say capacity, I'm not talking about perfection. I don't mean effort or endurance. I mean the ability for me to stay in the moment, to stay calm when my life isn't easy or exciting. Capacity is about me having emotional room, not just for my own experience, but to let someone else in and allow them some room too. It's about me being calm and steady when plans change, about me being kind when my energy is low, and also in my ability to respond instead of reacting. Capacity shows up in me after the spark fades, in ordinary days, quiet moments, and imperfect conversations. It's not what makes something start, it's what makes it last. I'm talking about the ability to stay calm when things aren't ideal. Capacity means emotional room. It's flexibility. It's steadiness under pressure. It's the ability to hold on to my own experience and make space for someone else's at the same time, but without keeping score. Chemistry asks, how do you make me feel? But capacity asks, how do we move through life together? I didn't used to notice that distinction, but now I can't unsee it because chemistry shows up easily when life is light, but capacity shows up when life is heavy or boring or repetitive. And most of life, as it turns out, is exactly that. So what about chemistry? Isn't it enough? Well, chemistry matters, but chemistry doesn't carry the groceries when someone's tired. It doesn't work through stuff with kindness. It doesn't handle miscommunication without escalating it. It doesn't make room for two full lives to coexist without shrinking one. I'm learning that chemistry can open the door, but capacity determines whether I can actually live in that same space. Capacity is what shows up when someone's day goes sideways, when expectations don't match reality, and when one of us needs quiet and the other needs reassurance. Chemistry might start things, but capacity is what absorbs the impact of real life. And real life isn't dramatic most of the time. It's practical, repetitive, it's human. One of the reasons that capacity matters more at this time of my life is this. I'm no longer auditioning. I'm not trying to prove that I'm lovable. I'm not trying to perform ease or flexibility at my own expense. I'm not ignoring my limits just to keep something going. I know what's hard on me, what drains me now. I know what steadies me, what calms me. I know the difference between excitement and anxiety. And compatibility at this stage, well, looks a lot like mutual ease, mutual calm. Not fireworks, not intensity, but a shared ability to handle ordinary days without friction. Capacity grows alongside self-trust. The more I trust myself, the less impressed I am by chemistry alone, and the more attuned I am to whether there's room to breathe. So if you're like me and you're navigating relationships in your own next chapter, whether you're dating, loving, or simply paying attention, here's what I've learned to notice. I notice where there's room to breathe. I notice where life feels lighter, calmer, not louder. And I notice who can stay calm and present when things aren't polished. Chemistry can be thrilling. It can spark connection. It can open doors. But I think that capacity is what lets love last, not in theory, but in real life. What about you? What do you think? This conversation is part of a longer series this season called Quiet Endings and Honest Beginnings. You're welcome to listen in your own time. The playlist is in the description. And until next time, how about adding a little capacity to that chemistry? Bye for now.